wanted to send a message to all those who were previously regarded as foreigners in Germany. This is the third time the German government has invited representatives from immigrant communities to attend an integration summit. The idea behind it is to give immigrants and those of immigrant origin a sense of belonging. There's still a long way to go.
Migrants belong to our society, and they have to be able to identify with our institutions.
There was no talk of that back in the 1950s, when the first wave of immigrants started arriving in West Germany. The country's economy was growing rapidly, and it needed to expand its labor force. It advertised throughout the entire Mediterranean region. They came by train from Portugal, Spain, Greece, Yugoslavia, and increasingly from Turkey. For many of them, the Cologne-Deutz railway station was the starting point for a new life in a strange country. They had come to earn money, and the West Germans quickly coined a term for the new arrivals: guest workers.
The term guest worker is rather strange seen from today's perspective, because you don't ask guests to work. No one really knows who came up with this description, the bureaucrats in the German Labour Office or German politicians. Anyway, they assumed that they would leave again, that they were only temporary guests.
But in the end, the majority stayed. They went on to have children and grandchildren in a country that for years refused to accept them for what they were: immigrants. It was an idea alien to many German conservatives in particular.
Germany is not a country of immigration.
We will not vote in favor of a law that would increase immigration so much. The labor market shouldn't be opened up to foreign workers.
The aim of this law, I am convinced, is that Germany should become a modern, multicultural land of immigration. We don't want that.
This mantra-like repetition of the phrase, Germany is not a country of immigration, has deprived Germans of the chance to familiarize themselves with the idea of immigration and the idea of things changing as a result of immigration. Instead, it has cemented the idea that the others would either conform or disappear.
Immigrants were often treated as second-class citizens. They did jobs Germans refused to do. They moved into flats that Germans would have shunned. And they were given no help integrating into German society. This West German news program from 1967 points out the lack of contact between West Germans and Turkish immigrants in their leisure time, and German prejudices against those newcomers.
Little has changed since then. These days you might see a few Germans at Turkish discos, but the two worlds have remained largely separate. In Berlin, migrants of Turkish origin have remained largely concentrated in certain districts, such as Neukölln or Kreuzberg. Even many of the younger generation feel more attached to Turkish traditions and the Turkish language than to the country in which they were born.
We hear things like, it's not practical, it's not obligatory to send your children to school. My daughter should grow up to be a good housewife and mother. What is the point of her going to school? Back home, children get married at the age of 12 or 14. Why is it wrong here? And so on and so forth. When people come out with such things, it reminds us that there are things going on here that we thought were resolved long ago in Germany.
The existence of parallel societies means some children of Turkish origin do not fully master the German language and have problems in school as a result. This is also one of the reasons for high rates of youth unemployment in the migrant community. Only 25% get offered an apprenticeship.
I fear that social tensions will increase if we don't succeed in correcting the mistakes of the past as quickly as possible, and with whatever means it takes, if it's not already too late.
Politicians are slowly getting the message. The Chancellor is keen to demonstrate social togetherness every year at the Integration Summit.